Good morning. It's Friday the 13th, November 2023. My daughter bought me this tie. So, same situation, not much content. I'm going to fill some time before I get my coffee. When I do that thing again where I see if the seam lines up with the cup. At one point yesterday I said Wawa. Obviously I meant Dunkin' Donuts, but whatever. So, what I was going to talk about was diets and almond milk. So I'm still on that diet. Like I said, it's I've done Primal before. It works great until you go off of it. I know people say it's like a rubber band kind of diet where you'll lose weight and you gain it back, and that's true. If you it may be true otherwise, but the reason it's true for me is I will, when I go off my diet, just eat straight up garbage. I just have no self-control. Cakes and beer and pizza and just garbage every day. And I drink way too much milk for an adult. So anyway, the diet I'm on, I try to keep the carbs extremely low. I try to keep the protein high. So I've replaced milk with almond milk, which I've made Facebook comments about, and it's when you start drinking almond milk, it is terrible. It is the worst liquid ever. I don't even trust it. I was reading the ingredients, not on the one that I'm using now, but the one I was using before. It's like there's just so many, I guess, emulsifiers and things like that. It's like, why can they even call it milk? It's not even white. Anyway, my point is almond milk is terrible, and I'm still drinking it because it's less calories. It has more calcium, believe it or not. So anyway, my point is, I can't remember what the name, so when I started the diet about a week ago, I got whatever it is. They don't even come in gallon jugs. It's not a gallon. I don't know what it is. Some litri, some amount of litris, I guess. But I got Almond Breeze, and like I said, it tasted terrible. By the time I finished the container, it was palatable. But then we were shopping, and for some reason we went into Aldi. Oh, because their apple juice is really cheap. So we went to Aldi for apple juice, and we ended up buying a bunch of groceries. And while we were there, I bought a different kind of almond milk. It comes in a cardboard container instead of the plastic container that Almond Breeze comes in. And it was the whole process all over again. It tasted terrible. And by the time I finished the container, it still tasted terrible. It just awful. I don't know why people do this to themselves. It's like eating kale. So that was terrible. So the other day, let's call it yesterday, on my way home from taking my hairbands off my wrists so my hands don't fall off. My way home from work, I stopped at BJ's to stock up on meats. Like top round ground beef, pork loin, things like that. Stuff to chop up, make steaks, make cubes, throw it in the freezer downstairs, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I bought some Almond Breeze. Now, what's interesting is because I had Almond Breeze, I guess last week or beginning of this week. Then I went to that other milk substitute substance, and I've gone back to Almond Breeze. I tasted it this morning while I was making my lunch, and because the other stuff was so bad, I almost considered Almond Breeze tasting good. So it's interesting how perception works. So that's that. Like I said, the diet's going well. Yesterday I said I had lost 5 pounds so far. I've lost 6 now. 6 or 7, actually. And a lot of it is a direct correlation. Like, I stress eat a lot. I try to pack a lunch lately. I didn't do it for years. For years, back to that eating just straight up garbage. I'd go out to fast food places at lunch, like Wendy's, getting Wendy's double with a full-size fry and a giant Coke. Can't figure out why I wasn't losing any weight. But I pack lunch now, so I've got a half an avocado, a banana, some small container of orange juice, larger container of almond milk. I reuse Frappuccino and iced coffee containers, so I can take them for lunch. What else have I got? I got my bottle of my jar of oatmeal in there, a cup to make the oatmeal in, sauerkraut, and a box of celery. I think that's just about it. There's also a breakfast bar in there, kind of an emergency thing. If I get like really snacky, I've got an emergency breakfast bar. I think that's pretty much. Oh, and a container of yogurt. I forgot to pack nuts today, but I usually have a container of nuts as well. Anyway, that's my lunch. I don't always eat everything. Like I used to pack more. Like my normal lunch would also have like at least 1 or 2 sandwiches in it, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a lunch meat sandwich, or leftovers from the night before, like a piece of fried chicken or pork chop or something like that. But I'm trying very hard to watch the carbs and the calorie intake, and peanut butter and jelly just won't cut it on this diet. At least not like it's more of a treat. Like when you, at least when I get on this diet, when I start, it gets weird because my body goes right back into that mode where it only craves the things that I want. So like I'm looking for high protein, low carb foods, and then of course I hadn't prepped well, so like there's nothing in my refrigerator right now. There's like a lot of there's some stuff, like I said, there's the celery thing, but I go rummaging and it's like there's nothing for me to eat. It's like I gotta prepare a bunch of stuff so I have stuff to snack on. Okay, we're coming up to the coffee place now. Prepare yourself. See how this goes. Will it happen 2 days in a row while I'm recording? That didn't work. Roll down. There you go. Could I have a large black coffee, please?
Yep.
That's it.
Well,
All right. This will only take a moment. Hi.
how you doing?
Good, how are you?
There you go.
Thanks a lot.
Have a good one.
You too. I forgot to show you the... I didn't even look myself. I don't know if we're lined up. Son of a gun. It's leaking, but that's crazy. No, so it's not lined up with the Civica, but it is leaking, which is fantastic. The hell was I going to say? Pants? Something about pants? Yeah, so anyway, the only reason I went on the diet, and not because I'm a great big fatty, but if I had made yesterday's video and watched it, like, just when I glance over at you guys, the fact that my neck fat, like, pushes forward of my chin, that's really alarming. On the bright side, since I've lost like the 6 pounds now, my heart doesn't hurt as much, so that's probably a good sign. But the other day, I guess it's about a week ago at this point, maybe a little over a week ago, the pants that I was wearing yesterday, I had tried to put on a week previously, and I couldn't, and that really upset me because they were size 40. So a lot of the pants I have are like 38. I bought a couple of 40-inch waists because I was getting heavier. And now that I'm like, what year is this? Now that I'm 53, maybe I should start trying to get into shape. I know it's much too late. But I couldn't get into them. I couldn't get into my size 40 pants. And that really, really upset me. So that's why I went on this diet. I often go to the extreme when I start start a diet, I'll start a crash diet. Like I'll do a starvation diet, like intermittent fasting for like 3 days, and I was doing that for a while. That really does tear the weight down, but it's you spend days not eating, and like one of my favorite things. I'm always under stress, like things are stressful, and unfortunately, eating is one of my coping mechanisms. So anyway, about a week ago, I couldn't get into those pants, but after being on this diet, I know I've only lost 6 pounds as of yesterday. It was only like 5 pounds, but I was able to get into the pants quite easily. So that made me happy. That's like a tiny milestone that I was able to wear those pants. Like it's almost immediate gratification. It took a week to get into them, but still, it's pretty much an immediate gratification thing. I went on a diet, now I can get into those pants. In fact, the day that I wore them, I transitioned from in the morning, like I'm puffier in the morning. I don't always look this gross. I look pretty gross, but I don't always look this gross. In the morning, I'm a lot puffier than I am later in the day. But I transitioned, so I was on the last two, I got into my 40 pants, and I was on the last 2 belt holes, but by the end of the day, I was down another belt hole, so I was to the 3rd belt hole, which is what I'm at now, which is good. I think that what that means, which is weird, like usually you lose weight in the extremities, and like I'm not seeing it. Usually, maybe when I hit the 10-pound marker, when I break down at 204. So once I get back down under 200, hopefully all this added neck fluff will go away. Because I just don't like the look of it, and especially because I've never replaced my phone holder, so I have to look at you guys at this angle, and it's my least what's that word? It's my least friendly angle. I'm not looking for the word friendly. I'm looking for something else. Least aesthetically pleasing. It's still not the word. Means what I want it to mean, but it's not the word I want to say. But you get my point. So I just want to lose enough weight that I don't look like a monster from this angle. I could just scrap the whole diet and get a phone holder that goes back up on my dashboard where it belongs. Glancing over, because I wasn't even entirely sure I'd hit record. This is 12, it's almost 13 minutes. I'm going to end this video